Is the pandemic the same in North Dakota now, where it's horrific, I'm told, versus what we saw in New York City?
On a per capita basis, yes. What's happening in these states in the Midwest and in the West, they don't have that many people, but on a per capita basis, it's worse than what New York was.
That's where then. What is the solution here? I mean, it's completely different medicine. I mean, Fargo is not, the Upper East Side, the Upper West Side, et cetera. What is the approach out there to get control that is different than the approach that was taken by Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio?
It's very simple. It's all politics. The politics out there in that part of the Midwest are the anti-science people. They don't believe in masks. They don't believe in social distancing. They believe freedom to them means that they don't have to do anything they don't want to do.
Dr. Murphy, based on the trajectory of the virus, how many more deaths can we expect in the United States from here until the end of the pandemic, whenever it may be?
Well, that is a really good question, and that number has been fluctuating lately by the real experts in this country. Had it been estimated about a month ago that there would be about 300,000 deaths by December 31st of this year. That's already been increased to 400,000, and even higher, of course, after that, because it's actually not slowing down. It's actually speeding up. We have over half of the states in the United States are increasing rapidly. And 12 out of the 50 states and several territories had the highest 7-day average in their history of the whole pandemic. So we don't know. It depends when the vaccines get released, how many people take them, and how long it takes to get the vaccines rolled out into the population. It doesn't happen overnight.
Dr. Murphy, the other aspect of the United States in the pandemic has been the average age of individuals who have died from COVID-19. It is younger than in other regions around the world. Why is that?
Why? The United States has an epidemic of obesity, of diabetes, and hypertension. We have generally poor nutrition compared to many other countries, and physical activity with people is actually pretty low. So we have basically an unhealthier population than many other countries. And so all those factors come into play in terms of how severe a coronavirus affects somebody.
Dr. Murphy, you're affiliated with McCormick School of Engineering as well. I want to get a little mathy with you now. There's a great YouTube video by differential equation experts in London on a virus, and there's 3 functions to the differential equation and a lot of dynamics. The only thing that matters to the public is the x-axis. The seeking of herd immunity basically says you go out the x-axis, out and out and out, until you get to some critical mass. Do you have an estimate of the death count that we will sacrifice if we affect herd immunity?
Yeah, herd immunity is something that we typically measure when we're giving vaccines. To use herd immunity as a goal without a vaccine is it's almost criminally insane.
Thank you. This is really important, folks. I don't mean to interrupt. I want the good doctor. I want you to back up and explain why that is, please, sir. That's critical.
Because if you take that approach, where we're just going to let everybody get out there and get infected, we'll protect the vulnerable people, that's just BS. How can a third of the population? What are you going to do? You can't hide a third of the population. You can't isolate them. It's ridiculous. So if you do that, you're going to probably kill up to 3 million people in the United States. We have 330 million people. 3 million people. In the United States every year, only 2.8 million people die per year of all causes combined. We're going to double the death rate in 1 year just to prove this crazy, theory works. It's absolutely insane. And they keep using, the Swedish model, they don't have to wear masks there. Hey, let's face it, the United States is not Sweden. We're a very, very different, diverse country. And the Swedes, they took a different way. They have much higher rates than every other country around them, and they had one of the highest rates in Europe. I mean, it's not exactly the super success story. Their economy crashed to 8.3% anyway. This whole concept, this herd immunity concept, it's really insane and cruel, really cruel.